Here's a new word for you. Opiophobia. The fear of opera. All non-white people below the age of 60 have it. Sorry, no, that was a very shit joke. It's the fear of opioids, and collectively, America had it for like decades. Like, until the 90s, really, doctors weren't prescribing opiates for pain relief because there was this idea that opiates were just too powerful and risky. Enter Purdue Pharma with OxyContin. In the 90s and noughties, Purdue went on this just top-notch marketing campaign, spruiking opiates for pain relief. They had doctors and everything.
The likelihood that the treatment of pain using an opioid drug, which is prescribed by a doctor, will lead to addiction is extremely low.
OxyContin hit the US market in '96. In its first year, it had made $45 million in sales. By 2000, that went up to $1.1 billion. That's an increase of 2,000% in 4 years. By 2010, the drug accounted for about 30% of the painkiller market. And to give you an idea of that market, by 2015, 1/3 of US adults were being prescribed opioids. Compared to Australia, at least, OxyContin seems to be everywhere in the US. To give you an idea, my friend Adam had to have a toenail removed once and was prescribed OxyContin. Like, the man basically walked into a side table and the doctor said, "Here, have some heroin. It'll cure all the pain." And it does. But everything else said about it was a bunch of lies. In 2007, the makers of OxyContin had to pay $600 million for deliberately misleading regulators, doctors, and patients about how addictive the drug actually was. At the time, the company admitted that
some employees made or told other employees to make certain statements about OxyContin to some healthcare professionals that were inconsistent with the FDA.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying that they deliberately lied to doctors. Also, remember this guy? Some years later, he was asked by the Wall Street Journal whether he had peddled misinformation. This is what he said.
I guess I did, because we didn't know then what we know now.
That's the doctor whose opinion an entire nation relied on. Now, just casually saying the medical equivalent of oopsie daisy. I just want to play you one more clip from the same video and I'll explain why after.
Even if we correct the record and doctors start prescribing more cautiously, the millions of people who are addicted will, if they don't access opioids through their pain specialists, and if they don't access addiction treatment, they'll just turn to the black market.
So that video was made in 2012, and since then, that's exactly what's happened. Prescriptions for OxyContin have actually dropped, but what about those already addicted? They're turning to cheaper, dirtier, deadlier alternatives. Meanwhile, over at Purdue,
we excel.
We excel. We excel.
We lied to doctors. And now we're trying to do the exact same thing overseas because America's OxyContin'd onto us.
OxyContin goes global. We're only just getting started.
Yeah. The sad thing is, we know how it ends.